Okay, I'm going to show you 7 configuration changes that you can make within Windows 7 to improve its performance. Okay, all right. The first, all right, of the 7, it involves go to the Start button, the pearl in the lower left. Click on the Control panel. All right, and then in the upper right, go ahead and make sure that your view is set to large icons. All right, and then you're going to scroll down to System and click on it. Then you're going to click on Advanced System Settings in the upper left. All right, and then you're going to, right underneath Performance, you're going to click on Settings. All right, and you need to be on Visual Effects on the left tab. All right. Ordinarily, it's by default it's going to be set to let Windows choose what's best for my computer. You're going to go ahead and take a shortcut here. Go ahead and click on Adjust for best performance, and then just click on Custom. All right, so it unchecks everything. It makes it easy on you. All right, and if you want to maintain a little bit of the way the Start button looks and the taskbar and all, go ahead and actually click on Use Visual Styles on Windows and Buttons. All right. You also could click on Use Drop Menus for icon labels on the desktop if you want a little bit more of the cosmetics. All right. Go ahead and afterwards, go ahead and click on Apply. Screen may flicker a little bit. All right, and it will look a little bit different afterwards. All right. Then next, while still under the performance options, click on the middle tab, which is Advanced. All right, and then underneath Virtual Memory, click on Change. All right, now we're only worried about the partition that the operating system is installed on, okay, which is usually C. Excuse me, but your system may be different. All right, so what you're going to want to do is on the partition that actually holds the operating system, you're going to go ahead and the upper left, you're going to go ahead and uncheck Automatically Manage Page and File Size for all drives, okay. All right, now of course remember we're focusing on the partition that has your operating system, which is usually C. And what you're going to want to do now is go ahead and check Custom Size, okay. Now you're gonna the best thing for this is to enter whatever's recommended. All right, underneath Total Page and File Size for all drives, whatever's recommended by Windows here, go ahead and input that as your initial and as your maximum file size. So this is a virtual machine, so we're just gonna, it's kind of small, doesn't really need a lot of resources. So I'm just gonna enter 1534 and 1534 for initial and maximum, and then afterwards click on Set. All right, and then click on OK. And at this point, it's going to prompt you to reboot your system for the changes to take effect. All right, you can do so at this point. All right, and then once the system comes back up, once the system actually reboots, all right, you're going to go back to Start, and then the Control panel, and then you're going to scroll down to Power Options. Going to click on it. And your system most likely probably will be set to Balanced Recommended. Go ahead and change that to High Performance. Okay. All right. Once you've done so, you can go ahead and back out of the Power Options. Okay. Now at this point, if you are using an antivirus that is horrendously slow, or heavy on system resources like Symantec antivirus, I would suggest you actually change it out with a lighter, more dependable antivirus such as Bitdefender or Kaspersky. All right. Now, so like I said, if you have like Norton Antivirus or Norton Internet Security, at this point, while still in the Control panel, I suggest you go ahead and scroll down to Programs and Features, locate the Symantec product, right click on it and select Uninstall. All right. Now once you uninstall it, it's going to advise you to reboot. Go ahead and reboot at this point. All right, and then once your system comes back up, okay, all right, if you at this point, if you have excessive icons on your desktop, I mean, I've dealt with clients that have desktops full of icons all the way across where you actually can barely even see the wallpaper. If that's the case with your system, right? The easiest way, to ease the load on your system, go ahead and create a folder on the desktop. and I'm just going to call this one work, and move any excessive shortcuts that you don't regularly use into a folder, the folder that you've actually created. You can, create the work, one for home, one for play, and just categorize things, but just clear up the desktop. All right. Okay. Now, once you've done that, we don't want to go too far without a good antivirus. All right. So, depending on if you want a good paid antivirus, I would suggest either, like I said, a Bitdefender or Kaspersky. If you want a good free one, I would suggest Avast. All right, you can download it from avast.com. Once the page loads, now they're a little bit tricky because they want you to buy the paid one. All right, so you have to scroll down. All right, to where you see Essential Avast Free Antivirus. Click on Download. And of course, again, they're still trying to get you to buy the paid version. So go ahead and click on Stick with Free Antivirus. It will forward you to download.com. Go ahead and click on Download Now. All right. And go ahead and just click Run. So once it downloads, it'll automatically start it. All right. Go ahead and install it, and then register it. You can register the free version with your user information and your email. Now it's up to you. They're gonna send you some spam. So myself, I have a tendency to put a fake email address in there. I'm just being honest. All right, so it is what it is. Okay, once you've installed the Avast and you've updated it and registered it, okay, the next area that you actually need to focus on is we need to perform a disk cleanup. All right. The way to do that is go down to the Pearl Start, all right, and then click on All Programs, and then Accessories, and then scroll down to System Tools, and then Disk Cleanup. All right, and give it a minute to check your system. All right, go ahead and check each one of these boxes. All right, and then click on OK. All right, and then delete files. Okay. All right. Once it's completed, all right, the prompts will disappear. All right. And then last, I would suggest you perform a defrag, especially if you have not performed one in the last month or so. All right. You perform that by clicking on the Start / the Pearl. All right. And then clicking All Programs. Oops. And then click on Accessories. And then System Tools. And then Disk Defragmenter. All right, now a suggestion at this point, all right, before you run the Disk Defragmenter, if your antivirus, I would suggest that you disable your antivirus temporarily, okay? Because the antivirus will have a tendency to slow down the defragmentation process, okay? So you can definitely speed it up substantially if you just disable the antivirus temporarily while this is running, all right? So now to perform the defrag, just go ahead and click on your whichever drive you actually want to defragment, okay? And click on Defragment Disk. All right. Now it will actually analyze the drive and then it will defragment your files. Now it may take a while. It just depends on the condition of your drive, your hardware, the last time you performed a defrag. What other applications you actually have running, but either way, just go ahead and let it actually complete, okay? And then once it's done, go ahead and reboot your system well, actually, I tell you what, re-enable your antivirus, okay? And then restart your system one last time. And at this stage, your system should be much faster than it was before. Before you actually started the 7 steps that I've actually walked you through today. All right.